How is it going, guys? Welcome back. Today is April 21st. It is Tuesday. And if you guys are wondering why I didn't post yesterday for day 7 of TopStep's Combine Alive Challenge, it is because I did tilt and blew the accounts. Yes, unfortunately I did. That is the bad news. However, when something happens like that, we persevere and we come back stronger. So yesterday I did tilt, unfortunately. That is the true scenario. I took like a couple break evens and then I took a loss and I was trying to make up for the loss and then I took way too many trades. It was not good. And definitely was not a smart idea for me. However, we will begin a new series. And this one I like better because honestly I don't even like TopStep. Pretty sure I mentioned in one of the prior videos that I don't really use them. I was just doing it because it's the easiest way for people to view. I feel like a lot of people trade TopStep as a beginner, and as you saw during the series, they breached my accounts for no real reason and then gave me free resets, which basically threw me back because I made progress in the accounts that they breached. So yeah, again, I'm not a big fan of TopStep, but this series is me going from 0 to 100K in payouts, right? So that is the goal of this series. This one will be a lot better because even if I blow accounts, I can just buy more and keep track of the progress. Um, Hopefully, I could get it in, I don't know, 2 months, 40 days. It's pretty reasonable, I think. I had opened up 5 Take Profit Trader accounts and 5 Growth Tradeify accounts. Tradeify has a 40% off going on, and they have a bundle where if you buy 5 accounts, you get like $40 off. That was the real reason I did it. I've never really used Tradeify. This is my first time. So we'll see how that goes. And normally I only do 150K accounts. The deal was only for 50Ks. So Tradeify, I have to tread the water a little bit. I have to make sure I'm risking a lot less because it is only a $2,000 max drawdown. But I am grateful that they do have a daily loss limit in place. So if I ever do tilt, it kind of prevents me from going AWOL. I like Lucid, how they do that as well. I know I can manually set one, but you can always manually remove it, and that's the issue. So I do like how they have it in place. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the trades I took today. I took 2 trades, both winners. One was a long, one was a short on Nasdaq. I'm going to go over the reasons for the entry, and I'm going to show you guys the exact executions. I took these on both my Take Profit Trader and my Tradeify. Take Profit Trader, I hit my $4,500 profit target because you can only do 50% in a day based on their consistency. It's 5 days to pass, and so you could basically knock it out the park in 2 days, 4,500, 4,500. And the rest of the 3 days, you could just flip it MNQ, take a loss. It doesn't even matter for those 3 days. And for Tradeify, you are able to pass in 1 day. That's kind of why I was a little more conservative here with my RRs, was because I wanted to make sure that I was able to risk less but still pass the account because there's a daily loss limit of 1,200, but I wanted to pass the account in 1 day, which means I needed to make 3,000 on Tradeify, only risking 1,000. So again, let me go ahead and show you guys exactly what I took here. Let's fix this camera situation. There we go. Much better, right? That looks fine. Let me pull up a picture. Here you go. This is the exact execution. It is a photo because I can't log into Tradeify anymore because, like I said, I passed. I'll show you guys that later, but that's why I'm showing you guys the photo of the exact executions. Now, I'll go ahead and log back to TradingView and show you guys the exact trade I took. Now, these were all on Nasdaq, and reason being for this first trade, right? I'll go ahead and replay. Bam. So I entered a little late here. Well, not really late. I entered like market, but I got filled all the way up here, which is kind of ridiculous. But if we start, right, with just zooming out a little bit, right, you can see basically the day Asia and London chopped up and then immediately flushed down, and we took the overnight lows. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, great. Now let me see if there's any sort of rejection. And keep in mind, with YM, we do have a huge SMT, right? YM has been going up while ES went down, right? And same with Nasdaq. So we see that. Then we go to the 15-minute time frame here. And we also see again, basically this huge wick is showing that it is rejecting, and it's not showing a continuation formation. It's sort of showing a reversal expansion, right? But I didn't want to enter right away and just say, all right, time to reverse as soon as that candle closed. I wanted to see a little more confirmation. Now, again, like I said, we had that SMT going on. So that is another sign that we do want to reverse a little bit. Now, whether or not the whole day wants to, but that is what's showing for these at least the next 15 minutes. So as soon as I see this 1 minute CISD occur after that 15 minute, after 9:45, I enter and I set my stop just below that prior candle, and then I let it do its magic. And we see it goes up, and as a matter of fact, my original target, to be honest, was something like that. Like, I was targeting enough to pass the account all in one trade, but it kept trailing my drawdown. And eventually I got stopped out at around 2RR, as you'll see here. Hang on, there we go. It was right around there when I got stopped out. Right here, I trailed it to around 1RR. Then once we swept this high over here, I trailed it to 2RR, and then it came back and got me down there. Now, if you guys are wondering what happened here, right? Basically, prior all-time highs was right there, right? We swept it during London, or 7 a.m., and then it went back all the way down here, and it basically retested that high and completely rejected right back down, right? And now this was making me also want to look for shorts. This would have been a perfect short entry, literally like right here, right? But I need, obviously, confirmation. So what do? I go back to the higher time frames. Right now we're on the 10 a.m. as well. So the new 4-hour candle open. We look at the 1 hour and we see that 9 a.m. looked very bullish, right? Extremely. But it's a huge wick. So huge wicks we kind of want to be a little cautious about, right? And so this new 4-hour open, and as we see, it also made a huge wick up, right? It basically, let's see, let me draw out where the 4-hour opened. Right here, right? It opened high, went low, then flipped up, and then immediately had a strong push back down, right? Now, I see it's sort of dancing around here, but I kind of wanted to wait. So if we see here, right? Let me just fast forward. That way, all right, there we go. Basically, right, in this time frame here on the 30-minute, we see there's an SMT here, okay, with YM and with ES and Nasdaq. We also see that there is a PSP, right? See this here? That basically signalizes it. But basically, right, Nasdaq closed, I'll tell you what, I can even just hide everything, can't I? There we go. Nasdaq closed bullish while ES and YM closed bearish. Okay, so that indicates, obviously, that this is a precision swing point. And this is also sort of a C2 formation. So it kind of indicates that it wants to reverse back down and follow these other two assets. Okay. Now, again, like I said, we have this SMT occur, right? Let me turn off this. We can also see this SMT right here, right? With ES, YM, and Nasdaq. That the indicator isn't really spawning out. But there you go. So we see those, right? Now, if we go into the 15-minute, we also notice that there is the PSP right here on this exact 15-minute candle with YM. And then this candle here, basically, is that SMT, like I mentioned, right? Boom, boom, boom. So, once that candle closed, that is when I decided, all right, now I feel comfortable to look for a short. So right here, I wish I entered here, with, you know, you can even have your stop right there or whatever. And you, even if you targeted the same thing, would have been 4 RR, would have been much better. I ended up taking 2.17 R, but right there would have been the better entry. But it's alright. I waited, and I ended up entering here, right? And then we see that it basically did a little pullback into this gap, not much, right? Just enough to make you get a little anxiety, and then flushed straight down, right? So that was the 2 trades I took today. All right. Actually, I took this as well. This was on my Take Profit Trader account, because obviously Take Profit Trader, you need 4,500 for that 50%. So knowing that I was gonna make 3,000 during the day for my Tradeify, I added this little bad boy in there. But yeah, so 2RR, 2RR. Even this one was a 2RR. As a matter of fact, I can go over this. I can go over this. All right, let's see. What was the reasoning for this? I don't know. It's a good thing I'm looking back. It lets me refresh my memory. So, 6 a.m. Let me rewind to 6 a.m. because that is a new 4-hour candle, right? So clearly it was something to do with this. Alright, is this a 6 a.m.? It is. Alright, so prior to 6 a.m., we see expansion up, expansion up, expansion up. Everything's going up, and we have these all-time highs. So that was exactly what I was targeting. Now, we go into the 1 minute, and actually, we go into the 15-minute. We want to look for some sort of reasoning to take our longs. Aha. 15-minute had a CISD form, right? Then I go down to the, I think it was either 1 or the 3. I really don't even remember too much. Definitely the 1 minute. Okay, yep, it was the 1 minute. And I believe that I saw this right here occur, this CISD, at 6:30, but I didn't enter it right away. Maybe I was a little worried. Yeah, probably because there wasn't too much going on. Let's see. We do have SMT with YM and PSP with ES and YM at 6:15. So that is good. That gives us that 2-stage that we want. So I waited just for a little added confirmation, I guess. It went up a little more, and then I see a little pullback, and then once I see that next green candle, I enter in on that 1 minute right there. Probably bad fill, but it's fine. Target 2RR, and what do you know? We go and get it. It was a little choppy, but that's what happens when you're trading pre-market. There's not as much liquidity, and I believe I was originally targeting this, but again, trailing my stop allowed me to take profit a little earlier, and then it ends up going all the way around 7:30. Yeah, there you go. But look at that. I would have been stopped out at 7:09 by that massive wick. Don't know what this was about, honestly. Probably some news, because why would that happen overnight? But yeah, there you guys go. Those are my 3 trades. And let me take a look here. All right. Let me swap on over. There we go. As a matter of fact, I am able to activate my accounts now for Tradeify, which is amazing. And the last one, there we go. So, as you guys see, there's a 2K max loss limit. Daily loss limit, I believe, is 1250. Yep, 1250. But because we only have $2,000 drawdown, I'll be taking these very slowly. I will probably be, I don't think I'll be risking more than $400 at tops for the day, because losing $400 in a day means I only have 5 days I'm risking, basically. So not a lot of wiggle room here. But to get the first max payout on these accounts, you need $3,600, because you need $2,100 as the buffer, and then $1,500 for the payout. So it's $3,600. So if I risk 400 to make 800, then after the 5 days, I'll be able to take out that payout. But yeah. Oh, I could trading day 1. So I guess 35%. You don't need 5 days. Either way, no rush. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's number 5? Let me refresh. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tradeify Growth accounts. Nice. There we go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Again, I know bad news, blew the TopStep, but better news, better challenge, better goals, and hopefully you guys could all follow along. I'll see you guys next time.